You're listening to the Red Man Podcast.
Welcome back to the Red Man Podcast. I'm Chris Mosley, joined as always by Mr. Kolby Cron. How are you today, Kolby?
I'm wonderful. A little chilly. Getting close to Christmas. I'm loving the weather.
You're like, you still have your, like, I've got my sleeves pulled up. You still have your jacket on here in the building.
I'm a fully committed jacket guy. If I put a jacket on for the day, I'll leave it on. I don't go back and forth. Yeah.
I've never paid attention to that, but now moving forward, I will. It's really not that. I mean, it is chilly today, but once you get in the building, I don't think I need the jacket anymore.
It's more so for the fact I have a bad tendency to leave stuff places. So if I take it off, I'll never.
You'll leave it. You forget your jacket.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. As long when it's cold, it's not a jacket I need so much as something on top of my head. You know, if anyone's ever seen me, they know I'm bald, and
about as bald as you can get.
If I don't have something on top of my head, I get really cold. And you know that some people say that's a myth, that's not true. Well, I'm here to tell you it is true. You do. People say that's not true. You don't lose heat through the top of your head. Well, yeah, you do, because I can tell a noticeable difference if I don't have something on top of my head.
I can raise my hand firsthand witness. I've watched steam come off the top of your head in cold weather. So it, in fact, does escape through the top of your head.
You've never pointed that out to me if you've seen steam coming off the top of my head. It's probably because of something you did to anger me.
No, I think we were doing Centricon installs, and we were getting hot, sweating, and you were on fire.
Okay, well. All right, enough about that. This is probably as much of a Christmas episode as you'll ever hear on this podcast. We did talk about some Christmas stuff on the last episode that we did get good feedback on. I think people enjoyed that, especially the talk that we had about Christmas trees and the potential problems you could have from bringing a live tree into your home. We got some good feedback on that. Maybe even changed a few minds on the people that have always traditionally used live trees. Maybe some of those people are like, no, I'm gonna do artificial from now on. So now that we're right on the cusp of Christmas. It's only a few days away at this point. I did think it was a good time to ask you. I mean, does you or your family, are there any holiday traditions that you have? I should have asked you this beforehand because
nothing that really stands out. I mean, we always do our family Christmas the night of Christmas Eve, and we typically always do seafood gumbo for that meal, and
would you have? How old's your son now? He just turned 3?
No, he's not quite 3 yet.
He's about to turn 3
in February. Yeah.
So he's now at the age where he definitely knows who Santa Claus is.
Oh yeah,
correct.
He's hyped up.
Would this be the first Christmas where he's very cognizant that Santa Claus is supposed to come and leaving milk and cookies and all that stuff?
Yeah.
You've never done that up to this point?
Well, last Christmas we were, I believe, in the mountains for Christmas, so we kind of had to take everything with us. But yeah, he didn't really know.
I mean, obviously he's not going to remember the last Christmas,
right?
But,
I think definitely he's a little more excited for it this year. We've definitely been using the if you want gifts from Santa, you got to be good, can't be bad, or you're not going to get anything. We've started using that, and he says that he wants to be good, and then he ends up not being good. But so we're working through all that. It's been fun. It's a fun time of year. I'm excited to get him some cool stuff.
Yeah,
he'll enjoy.
When they get to that age where they fully embrace the Santa Claus stuff, that makes it so much more fun to me. It makes it really, really enjoyable to just kind of experience Christmas through the eyes of a kid, because it really is a magical time of the year when you consider that. So I do envy you a little bit for that. I guess the next time I get to experience that will be probably grandchildren, and I'm in no hurry for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of holiday traditions, I guess what I was getting at, I mean, is there any particular movie or something maybe that you guys watch every year?
Yes, my wife is obsessed with White Christmas.
Really?
Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
We probably watch that 4 to 5 times every single year.
Really? I think I've seen it one time.
Yeah.
And that's not one that you hear a lot of people talk about. It is a traditional Christmas movie for sure. It's a classic movie, though. You don't hear people talking about it very much.
Emily grew up dancing, and she danced in college, so there's a lot of course, choreography, however you say it, dancing in there. So I think that's always kind of appealed to her. But, at first, when we first started dating way back in the day, I wasn't a big fan of it, primarily because I'd never seen it before. And it was an older movie, and I've never been a big fan of older movies. But after I actually sat down and watched it and really paid attention to it the first time with her, I'm like, I like the story. I like the premise behind it. It is, kind of that classic, nostalgic Christmas movie. So I
would you go so far as to say it's your favorite Christmas movie?
No, I don't think it's my favorite. I think Christmas Vacation is probably my favorite.
Me too.
Just because I like some comedy thrown in there.
Christmas Vacation to me is, it is a must watch every Christmas season. And now it's super easy because it's on channels all the time when you're flipping through the channels. So I was curious because when you're talking about Christmas traditions, movies are actually a big part of that for most people. There's usually a movie that everyone wants to watch every Christmas season. So I was curious with our Redd family, what is the consensus on the favorite Christmas movie here? And I listed several. I did not put a White Christmas on the survey. Now maybe I'm regretting that a little bit. Surely there's someone else besides you and your wife that watches it every year. But the movies that I did put on here, I think are pretty popular among most people. So let me list them out. So we've got A Christmas Story. You familiar with that one? Mm-hmm. Don't shoot your eye out, kid, with the BB gun, Red Ryder BB gun. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We talked about that one. It's a Wonderful Life. That is a classic Christmas movie that a lot of people love. It's the famous quote, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings."
According to IMDb, that is the number one Christmas movie of all time.
A lot of people would say that. Yeah, it's black and white. Jimmy Stewart. Really good movie. And a little bit of trivia about that movie, it was actually a flop. When it came out in the theaters, nobody went to see it. Nobody liked it. And then, years later, it gained popularity, and now it's just a staple at Christmas time. Elf, the Will Ferrell movie.
I'll say my wife hates that
one. I'm with your wife. I don't like that movie.
I don't mind watching it every now and then, but it's not one you can just sit there and watch.
I don't like it. I've tried. I just don't like it. And
it's Will Ferrell.
Maybe and I like Will Ferrell, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just doesn't feel like he belongs in a Christmas movie. Maybe that's what it is. Home Alone.
Yeah.
Now that's a big one. And I didn't put the second one on here, but you could really, I guess you'd kind of lump them together. Home Alone 2, both are just from start to finish has that Christmas feel to it. I love Home Alone. The Polar Express.
That's a favorite of mine. As you know, I like trains, so it's a good Christmas movie.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I could have seen that one being your favorite. Tom Hanks, of course, stars in that one. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And that could be, you could really go both ways on that, either the traditional cartoon or the Jim Carrey movie. A lot of people, that's beloved by a lot of people also.
Well, I hate to get you off track a little bit here, but I have to ask while we're on the topic, have you heard of or have you tried the new Grinch meal at McDonald's?
I have not. I've not even heard of it.
I actually have on a pair of green McDonald's Grinch socks.
Wow. So, it has a McDonald's arch on your socks, and they're green, the color of the Grinch. Wow.
He's on your foot, and his dog is on your right ankle.
So how do you have to pay extra for the socks?
No. So it's just I guess it's probably in the price some way, shape, or form. But it's this new promo meal. I think they're actually already sold out nationwide.
Really?
But I saw it from somebody that reviewed food on a social media post. I'm like, hey, let's run down the road to our local McDonald's, which is kind of a more rural location. It's not a real busy spot. We pulled up and we did a mobile pickup, and they brought it out. And that you could see them because they're special boxes. They're like kids' meals boxes, but they're bigger and green with the Grinch all over it. And in this box, you get a pair of socks. There's like 4 or 5 different colors, so you don't know what you're going to get. You get either a Big Mac or a 10-piece McNugget, and you get the fries. But the special thing about the fries is they come with Grinch. They call it Grinch salt or something. But what it is dill pickle flavored salt. and you put it
So
in
the
this
salt's
bag.
is it green salt?
Well, there's dill in it, but the salt's still white.
It still looks white.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you shake this in the bag, put the fries in, shake it up, and I was very skeptical. Like, these are going to be terrible. They're not going to taste it. They actually tasted.
And it was good.
Pretty good, yeah.
That's crazy. Now, I haven't heard of it. I mean, do they have signage out there for it and everything? I haven't noticed or heard anything about
it's
this.
It's one of those seasonal things that they do that pretty much as soon as people find out about it, it's gone because it's limited quantities. But if you look it up, there's tons of videos of people reviewing it. It was just something fun and different, and got me a nice pair of
Next
Christmas
time
socks.
I go to McDonald's, I'm going to have to ask. Maybe I'll find one that's not sold out.
It's possible.
But yeah, you definitely took us on a little side trip there.
Sorry, I had to mention that.
So getting back on track, I had one more movie that I had listed, and this one is very. This is a polarizing one. Die Hard. There's a lot of people on both sides of the argument whether or not that is actually a Christmas movie. How do you stand on that? Christmas movie or not?
I think it's a Christmas movie.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got plenty of Christmas decorations, Christmas lights, Christmas songs.
It's a Christmas movie.
I don't see how.
I feel like if you say it's not, you're saying that action movies are not allowed to be Christmas movies.
That's a good point.
So,
and then I even put a none of the above option for someone maybe like your wife, who her favorite's probably White Christmas, and it's not listed. So anyway, those are the films. Any ideas on which one you think won as far as the Redd Pest Solutions team, their opinion on the best one?
I'm just taking a stab in the dark here. I know Home Alone is very popular. That's what most people, I think of when they hear Christmas movies, so that would be my guess.
Home Alone was actually second.
Really?
And it went back and forth between Home Alone and this other movie for first, but ultimately Home Alone came up just short. Home Alone, and this vote across the board, every single movie got votes.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of differing opinions here. But the number one movie, according to the Redd Pest Solutions team, is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It edged them out. So that was
I'd agree with that.
25% of the vote went to them. Then it was Home Alone with 22% of the vote. After that, let's see, I guess it would be, believe it or not, it's Die Hard. Die Hard comes in third place, 14% of the vote. I should have put these in order. Now I'm sitting here trying to do math. Oh, there was a three-way tie for the next one. And it is between The Polar Express, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and none of the above. A lot of people said you didn't list my favorite.
Right. That's believable.
So then it was Elf near the bottom, which again, I don't like that movie, so I'm good with that. And then tying for last place, it was It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story. I thought A Christmas Story would be higher than that. They play the heck out of that one on television too. And I've always liked it, but it's certainly not my favorite. So that was the results of our Christmas movie survey.
Well, that's interesting.
So again, this is obviously at the end of the day, this is a entomology / pest control podcast. So kind of like I said on the last episode, I was thinking, how do we blend Christmas with insects? And I found, believe it or not, I found 2 Christmas stories that are related to insects. They are not from the United States. They're actually from overseas, over in, they're both, I think they're both European stories from European folklore. But very interesting stories. One is a very light-hearted story, and one is more of a darker take, a darker story.
Should be good. Are we going to huddle around the fireplace?
Yes, it's story time with your Uncle Chris. Or actually, I guess I'm more like your big brother. I don't feel like your uncle. I would feel more like your older brother.
You're old enough to be my
So
uncle.
You ain't got to go there. Why you got to say that? So, all right. So I'm going to give you the choice. I'm going to tell you these stories, and then we'll talk about them afterward, one at a time. Which would you like to hear first, the dark one or the lighthearted one?
I say we have to start with the lighthearted one first.
So you want to end on a dark note. Okay.
Let's ease our way into this.
All right. Well, this story, it's called The Christmas Spider. So once upon a time, in a tiny wooden cottage at the edge of a snowy forest, lived a mother and her children. They didn't have much, but their home was always full of love and laughter. One spring, a little pine tree began growing right inside their house, and the children were delighted. They tended to it all year long, watering it and watching it grow taller and sturdier. As Christmas approached, the children dreamed of decorating their beautiful tree just like the ones they had seen in town. But when they looked around their home, they realized something disappointing. They didn't have a single ornament. No ribbons, no candles, no wooden toys, nothing at all. Still, the mother hugged them and said, "The spirit of Christmas is about love and hope, not decorations. Let's enjoy our little tree just as it is." That night, as the family slept, something magical happened. Up in the rafters lived a group of friendly spiders who had watched the family care for the tree with so much kindness. Seeing how sad the children were, the spiders wanted to help. So they spun delicate silky webs all over the tree, top to bottom, decorating it in their own special way. When the sun rose the next morning, the children rushed to see their tree, and they gasped. The first rays of sunlight touched the spider webs and turned them into sparkling strands of silver and gold. The whole tree shimmered like it was covered in magic. The family laughed with joy. Their plain little pine had become the most beautiful Christmas tree they'd ever seen, and from that day on, they believed their home was blessed with good luck. This is why, even today, people in Ukraine, which is where this story originates, and beyond Ukraine, they hang tinsel on their trees so they can remember the Christmas spiders and the magic of kindness.
I think I might cry. That's beautiful.
I thought you were shedding tears over there.
That's beautiful.
It really was.
Little Christmas spiders, kind of like Charlotte's Web a little bit.
So again, as I said, it does seem to originate from some Ukrainian folklore. And I will say this, there were different versions of Christmas spider stories all over Europe. Mm-hmm. And there were some with slight variations, but for the most part, they seemed pretty similar. This was the one that sort of originated from Ukraine. So I thought that was a really sweet story.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before. I like it. Now let's get to the dark side.
So you're ready for the dark one. Speaking of dark, there are some dark Christmas movies like Krampus, A Nightmare Before Christmas. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the dark side of Christmas? Do you embrace that? Do you not like that?
It's funny that you asked that because on my way up here today, there's a billboard in Gulfport that's Terror on the Coast, which is a thing they do during Halloween. Mm-hmm. Well, now it's Terror on the Coast, winter, whatever. And it's a horror Christmas. So they just carry on the haunted house all through New Year's, pretty much. And I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of was trying to imagine, like, what are they playing, like Christmas music, like in a slower pace?
Yeah, Santa Claus coming out with an axe?
Yeah, I don't know. Until you go try it out, I guess you don't know. But I don't know. I don't like mixing the two, honestly. I think Halloween and scary stuff should stay in October and Christmas stuff should stay in December. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so you want to hear the darker one now, so let's move into that. This one is called the Christmas Wasp Legend. So on the coldest night of winter, when the snow lay thick across the Yorkshire hills and the wind howled through the bare trees, the villagers whispered of a creature that prowled the dark. They called it the Christmas Wasp. It was no ordinary insect. Its body was larger than a man's hand, black as soot with stripes of gold that shimmered in the lantern light. Its wings were sharp as knives, and its sting was said to bring a pain so fierce it could make even the bravest man howl. Long ago, a greedy bee farmer made a secret pact. He wanted wealth, so he promised the devil a reward, the finest honey in the land. The devil, curious, followed the farmer to a hidden nest in the forest, but inside, instead of bees, a single enormous wasp waited. It struck with lightning speed, its venom biting deep into the devil's flesh. Screaming and swearing, the devil fled, never to return. Now the villagers say the farmer laughed at first, thinking he had outsmarted the devil, but the wasp did not forget. That night, as he slept in his warm bed, the Christmas wasp descended through the chimney, its wings humming like a sinister bell. It stung the farmer's hand, then his shoulder, and finally, with a cruel twist of its golden stinger, it left him trembling with pain. From that night onward, the Christmas wasp became a warning to all. The naughty would feel its sting. Every year, when winter solstice fell and Christmas lights flickered in the forest, villagers would leave a small cake on their windowsills, a dark rye cake dotted with golden sugar, a humble offering to the wasp. For those who were good, the wasp would pass quietly, only its hum echoing in the night. But for those who were unkind, it would come, wings slicing through the darkness, delivering a sting that no apology would be able to undo. And so the legend of the Christmas wasp endured, a reminder that even in the season of joy, winter had its shadows, and nature, cunning and merciless, would always remember who had been naughty.
That was not what I was expecting at all.
So did that one make you pee your pants a little?
No,
Okay.
it didn't. It wasn't as scary as I was expecting. But it is a pretty cool story.
I was going to say, I mean, we can't
Sounds like a murder hornet.
bloody and gory on here, but so the Christmas wasp, some people also call it the Wasp King, kind of the same deal with the last one, the Christmas spiders. Depending on where you're at in Europe, the story could vary a little bit. It was believed to have originated sometime in the 1600s, so it's a really, really old story. Had lots of retellings over the years, so frankly, it could be a lot different from how it originally began. But it's a good example of what many scholars refer to as forgotten folklore, which are stories that once circulated regularly, but for whatever reason didn't survive into popular culture or mainstream traditions. So the very fact that it's so obscure probably speaks to a change in social values from when it originated, meaning people either stopped believing in it or no longer felt that it was appropriate for the holiday, and it just kind of faded into obscurity.
So what you're saying is we need to find one of these wasps and kind of kickstart this back up.
Yeah, I like obscure stuff like that you kind of have to dig for and find.
I mean, I think a hand-sized wasp with golden stripes would certainly make the news.
Yeah, it sounded pretty evil. So between the two stories, I think you kind of probably just said it. Which one did you prefer? Did you like better?
I like the little spider.
Christmas spiders.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Spiders.
That'd make a fun little Disney movie.
They should make a little book about that. Honestly, I bet you there is one somewhere out there.
There probably is somewhere. So this episode is not going to be a very long one. We just wanted to tell a couple of quick Christmas stories that were related to insects. And that's pretty much where I think we'll leave it. We're not going to do a tech talk segment or anything. Do you have any closing thoughts on Christmas? And of course, this will also be our last one for the year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is our last episode of the year. I think it's been a fun ride we've been on with the podcast in 2025, and we've got a lot of big plans for 2026. So I'll let Chris kind of say his piece, but from Kolby, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that we still want to talk to. It's just trying to work scheduling and stuff out. We were recently, they did cover some PMP magazine. That was sort of a highlight for this podcast right at the end of the year.
What was the title? Appealing to Gen Z?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. They took a quote that I had said and I guess ran with that.
Sure did.
Because podcasts are pretty popular with Gen Z. But yeah, I kind of echo exactly what you just said. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and obviously a Happy New Year. And hopefully 2026 is going to bring a lot of good fortune to not just us, but anybody listening right now. I hope that for everyone. So with that, I think we'll leave it right here. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you when 2026 begins.
Call the Red Man, call the Red Man. Red Man, come and drive those pests away.